Good morning. It's Monday, September 18th. In one of our stories today, Iceland is justifiably angry at the Obama administration for a kind of diplomatic double standard over whaling. The U.S. government has said that Iceland has failed the test of the Pelly Amendment, meaning that they are engaging in some type of whaling that the U.S. claims is not sanctioned by the International Whaling Commission. Iceland, of course, disagrees and points out that the U.S. owned whaling for bowhead whales in the Arctic is no different in terms of sustainability than Iceland's small take of fin whales in the Northwest Atlantic from a large population. In my mind, this raises a larger question both about whaling and about the Marine Mammal Protection Act. These acts and treaties have been on the books for a long time, a generation at least, and have not been revised at all. And as a result, we have exploding populations of certain animals, particularly things like seals and sea lions, and we intensively manage and protect the stock status of other animals, such as various species of fish. I don't think it's a tenable situation where you can manage certain types of wildlife and ignore others and give others sort of a carte blanche to increase population exponentially. What we see from that is that populations get wildly imbalanced, and I think the net overall result is a poorer outcome for both the animals and fisheries themselves and for the human ability for consumption. It's important to remember, if you look at things on a global scale, human activity probably accounts for between 20 and 40% of global net primary production. This is all the energy flows from phytoplankton and green plants and through cattle and through fish into human use and activities for food and materials and so forth. So it's not like we're living in some sort of pristine world. What we need to do is really think about how to do this in a balanced, how to live with this kind of demand in a balanced and sustainable fashion. And to do that, I don't think we can exclude certain parts of the ecosystem and make them sacrosanct and say we're never going to look at this scientifically and see what can be done. I think, of course, people have very much a personal right to choose what they eat, and I, for one, certainly would not want to eat whale meat and so forth. But I also think that on a larger scale, whole populations, for example, in the U.S. today, are eating less meat than they have in the past. But regardless, Iceland has a point. There are cultural differences in approaches to animals, particularly marine mammals, and I think it's high time that we modernize and bring the whaling treaties and the Marine Mammal Protection Act into a more general scientific analysis of their role of these animals in the ecosystem. In Alexandria, New Hampshire, this is John Sackton.